Hello and welcome to another update on the Newberg real estate market. My name is Steve Thoele. I'm a principal broker with Premier Property Group. And this update is going to cover the last 8 weeks of market activity ending this past Sunday, June 18th. So I'm going to share my screen with you now and go through the info with you as I always do. So this last week in Newberg, I show we had 16 new properties come on the market. You can kind of see that's a high for the past 8 weeks in terms of weekly new listings. And the total number of listings this last week came in at 69, which is, you can kind of see, is pretty tight range. Started at 68, got up to a high of 78, and then dipped down to a low of 65 2 weeks back. So it's been pretty tight range of homes on the market over the past 8 weeks. Median list price, days on market for the actives, you can kind of see we kind of have bumped up significantly over those past couple weeks now at just under 600,000 of median list price. Before we were kind of in the the mid 500s. The days on market, you can kind of see that that's been kind of on the rise over the past 8 weeks in general. Had a low of 36 days about 7 weeks back, and this last week hit a high for the past 8 weeks at 57 days on the market. So just short of about 2 months worth of average market time for these current 69 active listings in Newberg. Moving along to the pending sales. So this last week, we had 10 new pendings in Newberg. You can kind of see that the range has been, had a low of 5, a high of 17. So we're kind of right in the middle of that. And total pendings, you can kind of see has grown from where we started. We started off at 45, got up to 66 pendings about 3 weeks back. It has fallen off the past couple of weeks. This last week came in at 54 homes are right now in pending status in Newberg. And then the median price and days on market for those pendings, fairly close range here. You can kind of see we had a low of 485, a high of 525,000. This last week came right in at 500,000. And the days on market, you can kind of see where that's, again, pretty tight range. It had a high of 15. You can kind of see here over about a month period of time. It has been declining. This last week came in at 8 days. So just over about a week of market time for these most recent 54 homes that are in pending status. So, it just goes to show that homes that are getting under contract are tending to do so again very quickly, just over about a week's period of time. Okay, lastly, we'll look at sold listing activity. So as of the time I put this together, we had 14 homes cross over from pending to sold this last week in Newberg, which is just under the, almost a high, just under a high for the past 8 weeks of new closings. And then when I look over the prior 4 weeks of activity on a week-by-week basis, you can kind of see we have been kind of going up here over the past month. This last week, we came in at 47 homes have closed over the prior month. That's just under the peak we had here about 6 weeks back at 49 homes had closed over the prior 4 weeks there. And then the median sold price and days on market for the sold listings, definitely been on the uptick on both measures here. Started off at about 500,000 for the first month. And then you kind of see it's been steadily rising over this past 30 days. Hitting a high of 535,000 for median sale price. And then days on market, kind of a similar tail here. We were about 6 days of market time for the first month, and it has risen. This last week came in at about 15 days, or just about 2 weeks of market time for the most recent 47 homes that have sold in Newberg. And then to finish up, we'll look at weeks of inventory and the sale price as a percent of the original list price. So the red bars, that weeks of inventory, measures kind of the relative, balance of supply and demand. And started off at about 6 weeks of inventory, got up to a high of just under 11 weeks of inventory here about a month ago. And it has been, you can kind of see, coming back down rather significantly over this past month. And this most recent reading is just under 6 weeks of inventory. So about a month and a half worth of inventory, based upon current amount of homes in the market and the relative sales rate. And then sale prices percent of the original list price, you can kind of see that's been very competitive. Started off at a little over 98%, got up to just right at basically full asking price here about a month ago. Most recent reading, it's back down to about 89%. So very competitive. Homes are selling pretty close or right at list price. in a lot of cases. And, amount of inventory out there in the market is still very limited. And, obviously demand is definitely, it's definitely still out there, and in spite of higher rates, interest rates are still right around that 7% mark, plus or minus a little bit, depending upon the day. And, it's just goes to show we're still very much in a seller's market environment. And we'll see how the, kind of the rest of the summer plays out. But I think we're going to continue to see a pretty tight market overall. So that's the update. Hope it was helpful. As always, if I can ever answer any questions or be of any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. My phone and email address are down below the video in the description. So don't hesitate to reach out. As always, I really appreciate any likes, comments, shares that you have. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do. It's a great way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in your market. So hope you have a great day, and make it a great day. And we'll see you on the next update.